Inside, something old and tired sat down. Later that night, after they left, I stood in the kitchen rinsing dishes. The sink water ran hot over my hands. Steam clouded the window. And for the first time, I asked myself a question I had spent years avoiding. Had I raised my son to love me, or had I raised him to expect me? The answer frightened me, because maybe, without realizing it, I had spent years proving love through sacrifice, teaching him that my needs always came last, teaching him that motherhood meant endless giving. And somewhere along the way, he stopped seeing my love. He only noticed my usefulness. Still, I pushed the thought away, because mothers survive on hope, even when hope starts tasting like grief. Then came the phone call that changed everything. It happened on a cold Thursday afternoon, and before it ended, I finally understood how invisible I had become. The call came while I was folding laundry. Ordinary moment, ordinary afternoon. Sunlight stretched weakly across the living room carpet, and an old jazz station played softly in the background. I remember holding one of my sweaters, the faded gray one Saad once teased me about wearing too much. "Mom," he used to laugh, "if that sweater had feelings, it'd think you were married to it." Back then, even teasing sounded like affection. My phone buzzed.
Saad.
For one foolish second, my heart lifted. Maybe he missed me. Maybe he wanted dinner. Maybe. "Mom," he said quickly, "you busy?" Something in his tone felt transactional, like someone entering a room only because they needed something from it. "No," I said. "What's wrong?" "Nothing." And somehow that hurt worse. "Actually," he said, clearing his throat, "Sana, and I wanted to ask a favor."
Favor.
Funny word. Mothers hear favor and think love still lives nearby. "What do you need?" I asked. "Well," he hesitated. "We're trying to save for a bigger place." I sat down slowly. The couch cushions sank beneath me. "And Sana thought maybe," he paused again, "maybe you could help with the down payment." Silence. Not dramatic silence. Not movie silence. Just the quiet sound of disappointment settling somewhere familiar. I swallowed. "How much?" He said the number. And I laughed. Not because it was funny, because shock sometimes escapes sounding wrong. It was nearly everything I had quietly saved for myself. Money meant for travel someday. For emergencies.
For peace.
For fine. Tucked between papers was an old birthday card Saad gave me when he was 13. The handwriting crooked, messy. "Mom, thank you for doing everything for me. One day I'll take care of you." I cried then. Not loud tears. The tired kind. The kind grief saves for private rooms. Because suddenly I realized My son hadn't forgotten me overnight. I had slowly disappeared inside my own sacrifices. And maybe the cruelest truth of all, he never learned I had limits because I never allowed myself any. The next morning, Sana called me directly. And what she said, that was the moment I finally stopped proving love through sacrifice. Sana never called me directly. Not unless birthdays, holidays, or obligations required politeness. So when her name appeared on my screen the next morning, I already felt something tighten in my chest. "Hi," she said brightly, almost too brightly. "I hope I'm not catching you at a bad time." "No," I answered quietly. A pause. Then came the voice people use when they think they're being reasonable. "I just wanted to check if Saad talked to you about the money." "Money? Not how are you? Not did you sleep well?"
Just money.
"Yes," I said carefully.
He mentioned it.
"Well," she laughed softly. "We're kind of counting on it." Counting on it. The words landed strangely, like my years of sacrifice had already been spent on their behalf before anyone asked permission. "I'm still thinking," I replied. Silence. Then her tone shifted, subtle but sharp around the edges. "I mean, parents usually help when they can." Usually.
Such a dangerous word.
Usually mothers give. Usually mothers wait. Usually mothers disappear quietly into service. I walked toward the kitchen window while she talked. Outside, the maple tree moved gently in cold wind. For the first time in years, I didn't feel guilty. I felt tired. Tired in the deepest way. Tired of proving love through exhaustion. Through sacrifice. Through silence. "Sana," I said softly, "I've helped my son his entire life." Another pause. Then a quick laugh. "Well, that's what moms do, right?" Something inside me settled. Not anger.
Clarity. Slow.
Unexpected. Peaceful. "No," I said gently. "That's what loving moms do. But loving someone shouldn't mean abandoning yourself forever." The silence after that felt enormous. She stumbled over a response. "I didn't mean." "I know," I interrupted kindly. "But I won't be giving you the money." Her voice sharpened. "I think Saad's going to be really hurt." And there it was. The old weapon. Guilt. The language sacrifice teaches women to understand too well. For years, fear of disappointing my son had ruled me. But suddenly, I felt still, like standing after years of kneeling. "If he's hurt," I said quietly, "then maybe we both need to learn something new." She ended the call politely. Coldly. That evening Saad arrived at my house unannounced. His jaw tense. Eyes frustrated. "Mom, what's going on?" he asked. "Why are you acting like this?" Like this. I almost smiled. Because boundaries always confuse people who benefited from your lack of them. I motioned for him to sit. The kitchen smelled faintly of cinnamon tea. Outside, rain pressed softly against the windows. "You know what hurts?" I asked. His expression changed. "What?" Realizing my son only visits when he needs something. His face tightened instantly. "That's not fair." "No," I said quietly. "What's unfair is loving someone so much you teach them your love has no limit, but forgetting to teach them your limits matter too." He looked away. For the first time in months, he looked uncomfortable. Young. Human. Not cruel. Just blind. And suddenly I saw something painful. I had helped build this distance. Every time I ignored my own exhaustion. Every time I sacrificed instead of speaking honestly. Every time I mistook overgiving for love. Tears stood in his eyes before mine ever came. "I didn't know you felt this way," he said softly. "I know," I whispered. "Because I never told you." That conversation changed us. Not overnight. Healing rarely arrives dramatically, but slowly, painfully, honestly. Saad began calling again. Not for favors, but conversations. Awkward at first. Careful. Real. And me? I stopped apologizing for needing rest. Stopped saying yes when my heart meant no. Stopped measuring my worth by sacrifice. Love, I learned, is not proven by how much of yourself you destroy for someone else. Love should leave room for dignity, for truth, for breath. So tell me, have you ever loved someone so much that you forgot to love yourself too? If this story touched something in your heart, share your thoughts below. And remember, healing sometimes begins the moment we stop proving we deserve love.